because she joins us live from Damascus. Lizzie, what do we know then about the proposed ceasefire?
Well, as you mentioned, this agreement is supposed to come into effect very soon on February 27th. It excludes the Islamic State and al-Qaeda's franchise in Syria, Jabhat al-Nusra, and other groups listed as terrorist organizations by the United Nations Security Council. The highest level reaction we've had to this agreement so far has come from the Russian President Vladimir Putin, who said that this agreement is a chance for the bloodshed to end in Syria, and such cooperation between Russia and the United States could be an example of how to fight international terrorism. That's and also the United States and Russia have defined a list of groups that they both won't target, although that list of groups hasn't yet been made public, and of course will be crucial because up until now there has been a lot of divergence of definitions as to who exactly constitutes a terrorist organization in Syria. Of course, the Syrian government defines groups like the powerful factions Jaish al-Islam and Ahrar al-Sham, who both have worked with the al-Qaeda's franchise Jabhat al-Nusra and continue to do so on the ground. The Syrian government defines them as terrorist organizations while they're not listed as such by the United Nations Security Council, and they have representation on the Saudi-backed opposition umbrella group, the High Negotiations Committee, which was represented in the negotiations in Geneva. So that will be a key sticking point, and we're waiting to hear more details as to who is exactly on that list defined by the United States and Russia.
Sure, it won't be plain sailing. Have we heard any reaction from Damascus, from the Syrian government?
Well, of course, this agreement comes just a day after those devastating attacks, both in Damascus and Homs, claimed by the Islamic State that killed over 150 people. So there's increased urgency by people on the ground for this devastating, almost half a decade-long conflict to come to an end, which hasn't just caused a huge civilian death toll, but also a crippling humanitarian crisis across the country, of course also an economic crisis. However, there will, of course, be widespread skepticism with the last Cessation of Hostilities agreement, the date for which came and went last week without success. So there will be some skepticism that this new agreement will be enforced. However, this agreement is supposed to include more focus on monitoring and enforcing, so hopefully it will be successful in overcoming the problems of previous agreements.
OK, that was RT's Lizzie Phelan there from Damascus. Thank you.